Hello, this is Nia with the Rainbow Cauldron, and today is your daily general reading for February 14th. Happy Valentine's Day 2014. And today is a full moon, and the full moon is in Leo. And before I get started, I want to apologize for the lighting of my camera. I'm at a time of day right now where the lighting outside is kind of fluctuating. So it's kind of fluctuating the light on my camera, which is not keeping up. So I'm going through moments where it's like super bright and other moments where it's kind of dark and hard to see. So I might be adjusting the camera a little bit. Okay, so the first card that I put down will be from the Druid Animal Oracle deck, and it will represent the general theme of the day, something to think about, something to keep in mind. And the four cards surrounding it will be from the Ghosts and Spirits tarot deck, and the first card will be representing sunrise, and then noon, sunset, and nighttime. Okay, so the first card we have is the Hind. And this card really represents gracefulness, subtlety, elegance. It's talking a lot about looking beyond the superficial and the material and really getting a connection with nature, seeing the beauty of how things are naturally. The natural world. And there's also a connection with spirituality or enlightenment. Positive thought, really a lot of um, deepness and a connection with the above or enlightenment is kind of what I'm feeling with this. And okay, so that's a lot of the energies we're getting here. Very calm, serene energies. So hopefully the four cards surrounding it will reflect this. Okay, so we start off with the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have the Lovers, and this is a very dark card, which is funny for the Lovers. This is actually very, I'm going to brighten this up a little bit so you can see. Okay, the Lovers. And it's unusually dark for the Lovers card. Usually that's such a, positive card, but this deck is, in general, a very dark deck. So it's interesting that the Lovers card is very, very dark. And then sunset, we have the Knight of Pentacles. And finally, at nighttime, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So we have a lot of pentacles going on here. And it's a lot of earth energy, which is funny because the Hind is really earthy, whereas this Lovers card is very ethereal, almost in a dark sort of way. So this one's the one that's really standing out, and almost, in general, the Lovers is a very positive card. But the fact that this is so dark, surrounded by all these lighter cards and earth cards, really shows that this is something that's might be a dark point for the day. Something to kind of watch out for. Okay, but we'll get to that. Let's start off with the Queen of Pentacles in the morning. And I like this card because the mythology that it's showing here is the Kalyak. And I like that because my pagan affiliations, I have a deep connection with Hindu mythology and the Hindu deities and concepts, but I'm also very deeply connected with my Celtic roots. And I'm mostly Scottish with some Irish and German. And the Kalyak is a Scottish spirit. So, and she's often represented as a crone, and that's because she's a winter spirit, and she's capable of summoning storms. And you know what? I'm actually going to read the booklet for this, so that we can get see what they say about the story here of the Kaliak. Okay, and I'm going to bring this up here. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, the Kaliak. Um, in Scottish traditions, uh, Cailleach War was a winter spirit capable of summoning destructive storms. With her staff, she beat down vegetation and suppressed the soil with an icy grip. But the arrival of spring diminished her strength and forced her annual retreat into a gray stone. Despite her cold temperament, Cailleach War was an important part of the seasonal cycles, forcing the land uh, to go follow and rest before the return of lush greenery. The golden, earthy hues impart a feeling of warmth despite the snow. The spirit's elderly appearance displays her wisdom and experience. The three withered sunflowers exemplify the necessity of cyclical changes: birth, death, and rebirth. With a pragmatic mindset, prosperity will reveal itself in a magnitude of ways. Seek the advice of someone who is a good money manager. Make plans for the future. And I think that's a really good description of this. The Queen of Pentacles and the Cailleach here, they're really they're planners. They're someone willing to do hard work or dirty work now, things that aren't doing things that aren't exactly pleasant right now for a future reward. And that's really the energy we're seeing today. And this may represent you and your outlook, or it may represent someone who is um, showing themselves to you in the morning time here. Someone who just wants to get the work done um, in order to have a reward later on. Okay, and then we're coming up to the lovers here around noon. And let me get this booklet out of the way. And the lovers, this card here is the Spectre Bridegroom, and it's representing the spectrum of emotions that come along with a relationship, and those tend to be desire, betrayal, devotion, passion, loss, and grief. Um, and what this card is telling us is, you know, the story here is, talking about how a separation in a relationship can really change the dynamics. And when we come back together with the person, we might have this ghostly image of what they're like, but the reflection in the water shows the truth. And then that ghostliness kind of fades away, and you're left with um, seeing their true selves. And what this is telling us is that we need to nurture a relationship or partnership, and there might be some conflict with someone in that we are close to. And it's talking about bringing balance to a relationship, give and take, but also not having any illusions about the relationship, and really looking at it in an honest light. And yeah, so and it's the darkest card here, so I feel like it's something that might be a little bit of a rough patch in the day. So, but yeah, so we're gonna move on here to the Knight of Pentacles. This is an interesting card, just because it's the story is interesting to me. This is about moss maidens, and the moss maidens diligently covered the forest in moss to protect it. Um, and the Moss Maidens were very open and delightful, but extremely protective. And the moss here represents protection, healing, and intimacy with nature. And that's something we see here with the hind, that connection with nature, really appreciating things in their natural form. And so the fact that she went through and diligently covered the forest shows that she's methodical, and she's taking the time to cover her trees. But she herself is mostly open, and we see that with the fact that she's nude here, but she's kind of half covered. She's loosely covering herself, which shows that she's open minded, but she's cautious. And the knight here, it's someone who you may be having experience with right now, or it may be an aspect of yourself here. This sense of openness, but caution, cautiously open minded, and that's what we see here. And finally, at the end of the day, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And this is the Canterville Ghost. And I'm going to read a little bit of the Little White Book just to get some understanding of what this story is. Okay. So, Sir Simon de Canterville was the tortured ghost who failed to scare off a family taking residence at Canterville Chase. Despite his best efforts to frighten the new arrivals, no one took the restless ghost seriously except for 15-year-old Virginia, who helped him find salvation and peace. The ghost floats down a flight of cold stone stairs. He is between worlds, belonging to neither the land of the living nor the land of the dead. The house represents the burdens of conscious attachments, and the empty grave here serves as a portal to freedom. The ghost casts a shadow, a symbol of his residual humanity. But, let me turn the page here, his glowing eyes reflect the fiery spirit. After much work and effort, you feel as though there are no lights at the end of the tunnel. Be patient. Reward is in the offing if you wait. And yeah, that's the general idea of the Seven of Pentacles in general, outside of this deck, I mean. Outside of this deck, the Seven of Pentacles really talks about being deep into hard work and stepping back for just a second to see that you have actually accomplished a lot. And while it feels like it's never ending, that grave here, the portal to freedom, it's really not too far away. And you just have to have some patience and keep doing what you're doing. And that's really the feeling that I've got here. So today we've got mostly positive energies. We've got two people here, someone who's planning for the future and someone who did plan for the future, who did all the hard work here and is cautiously open-minded. A lot of wisdom from this person. A caution about uh, being on equal footing with a partner and nurturing a relationship. And then down here, realizing that there is an end to all the work you've put in. Just have to be patient and overall just trying to keep an inner peace, and that's what we see here, keeping an inner peace. Okay, so there's your reading for February 14th. And it's funny, we have the lovers here on Valentine's Day. I didn't even think about that. Maybe that's exactly what this is about. It's talking about being with your partner. It is Valentine's Day after all. Okay, so I didn't even think about that. I don't know why. Um, okay, so thank you so much for watching, and blessed be.